The man took one glance at the old man, and calmly declared he'd die in 3 months. But instead of getting angry, the old man's granddaughter was thrilled. She wanted to marry him on the spot. What she didn't know, that man, Jack, had once been a divine being, a top-tier god who lost everything because of his inner demons. To cleanse himself, he gave up immortality and returned to the human world to start over. After being reborn, Jack's first stop was the hospital. Seeing his mother weak and frail on the bed broke him inside. In his past life, he'd been betrayed by his own friend, burdened with massive debt, which ultimately drove his mother into illness. Just as guilt began to crush him, the door swung open. A young woman holding flowers stepped in. The moment she saw Jack, she slapped him across the face. "Why are you still asking Mom for money?" she shouted. That woman was Jenny, Jack's adopted sister. She had dropped out of a top university to take care of their mother. She worked part-time, skipped meals, and even agreed to marry a wealthy man just to pay off Jack's debt. Heartbroken, Jack pulled Jenny into a tight hug. "Don't marry that guy," he said firmly. "I'll take care of the debt myself." Leaving the hospital, Jack rushed to a park. He started brewing ancient medicine, planning to sell it for money. But just then, Julie and her grandfather happened to pass by. The moment Julie smelled the herbs, she kicked over the pot. Her grandfather stopped her, embarrassed, then wandered off to practice martial arts nearby. Jack looked at him and said quietly, "If you keep training like that, you'll be dead in 3 months." The old man laughed it off until Jack scribbled a cultivation manual on a piece of paper. "Follow this method," Jack said, "and your illness will vanish." The old man read it once and instantly knew. This young man wasn't ordinary. From that moment, he respected Jack deeply. He even tried introducing his granddaughter Julie to him. The next day, Jack's fiancée Anna showed up wanting to break off their engagement, but Jack refused. In his previous life, his mother had fallen sick right after he'd broken off the engagement. This time, he swore not to repeat that mistake. Still, Anna was determined. She handed Jack a check for $1 million. "Come with me tonight," she said. "Let me show you what real wealth looks like." That evening, they walked into an exclusive high-end club. The moment Jack stepped in, people started mocking him. He ignored them until a man shoved open the door and knocked Jenny to the floor. Jack froze. His sister was working there, being humiliated. Rage flared through him. He grabbed the man and threw him to the ground. The man sneered, "You just hit the boss's brother." Moments later, they were surrounded by bodyguards. But Jack took them all down effortlessly. When the boss stormed in to call for backup, another figure entered the room, Julie's grandfather. To everyone's shock, he was the real owner of the club. He scolded his men harshly, then turned to Jack and dropped to his knees. "Please," he said, "take me as your disciple. So tell me, would you accept him if you were Jack?"